The title of best job in the world may have already been taken, but we think we found a pretty close second. Take one lighthouse, a subtropical island, mix in some natural beauty and add one caretaker's position. The lucky employee is Moreton Island Park Ranger Keiran Lusk. And as Elise Edwards found out, he's also built a massive following on social media with his landscape photography.
I do certainly like the isolation and that wild aspect to living here. It's something that seems quite untamed. There's an element of drama to the weather here, which I think is something that fascinates me.
About 35 kilometres off the coast of Brisbane lies Moreton Island, the third biggest sand island in the world.
Photography allows me to breathe. It's something that brings me pure joy.
It's a fringe benefit of what he says is the best day job in the world.
Yeah, no worries. We're heading up the eastern beach now, approaching Blue Lagoon. We should be up at Cape Moreton in about 15 minutes, over.
He lives and works on Moreton as a park ranger, which is busy with campers and tourists.
How are you? G'day. How you going?
Good. How you doing?
Yeah, good. We manage the entire national park, which is about 96% of the island. We look after the roads, the infrastructure, the campgrounds.
He's also responsible for maintaining Cape Moreton Lighthouse, built in 1857 from local sandstone.
It was built before Queensland was even a state, so it's got a lot of cultural and heritage importance to it, but it's still used as a navigational aid for shipping and boaties as well that navigate around the top of Moreton Island.
It's a remote spot, but Keiran Lusk's life is never lonely. The Lusk family lives in the caretaker's cottage, and 3-year-old Ellery and 6-month-old Aubrey have a huge playground.
We've got whales swimming by our front door, we've got a lighthouse in the backyard, we've got spectacular beaches.
Ready? And snap! I think this is an amazing place to raise a family. I think it's a once in a lifetime experience for not only us but the kids. I think they'll look back hopefully in 10 or 20 years and yeah, really like it.
But life's not without its challenges. A return trip to Brisbane takes 14 hours.
We're obviously very organised and we have our fortnightly provisioning trips, and once a month we'll do a very large grocery shop. Sometimes I dwell upon some of the hardships that we face, and I think about those that have gone before us and I think, well, actually they had it much harder than we do.
Over the past century, the role of taking care of this lighthouse has changed significantly. While the first keepers had to make sure an oil wick burned throughout the night, the light is now automated and solar powered, and Keiran's role is about preserving an important part of the state's history. Technology has also provided him with an outlet for his main passion, photography.
We might live a long way away from modern society, but we're, well, to be honest, quite nerdy with our computing and online presence. I got into Instagram about 18 months ago and all of a sudden it skyrocketed. I think I'm up to about 27,000 followers.
This place sells itself in a lot of ways without wanting to sell him short as a photographer, but yeah, it's just such an amazing location and one that I think hasn't necessarily been documented in such a way before.
For Nellie Meege, a newly arrived au pair, it's an unbeatable start to an Australian adventure.
It's a beautiful sunset. I come from France, so it's my first sunset like that.
Caught on camera to be shared with the world. Lusk's photos have also impressed tourism bosses who've used the images to promote the island. But the lighthouse caretaker says it's just a bonus for doing what he loves.
I guess my passions are family, photography and the natural landscape, so this place allows me to combine all of those things. I find nothing more relaxing than being down on the beach, sunset with the family. Usually the kids are running around and quite often they're in my shots, usually silhouetted against a sunset, so I think it just brings me relaxation and pure joy.